Have you ever felt like something was missing during sex, even when everything on the outside seemed just fine? For a long time, I didn't understand why intimacy felt so flat, why pleasure felt so far away, or why I could take or leave sexual experiences altogether. What I couldn't see at that time is that I had buried a part of me so deep that I didn't even know it was gone. And that fracture, that split between my identity and my sexuality changed everything. Hi there. If we've never met, my name is Raquel Perez, and I am a licensed therapist here in the state of Colorado. My specializations are relationships and sex therapy. And today, I'm going to share a little bit more about my story and why pleasure had disappeared and how I recovered from that. There was a time when my sexual identity had been completely blocked for me. I had pushed it down so far that I couldn't see how it was shaping my experiences. Looking back now, I can see how I had split my sexuality from my identity. When I was in sexual situations, I wasn't present. I wasn't connected to my own body or my own pleasure. I told myself, this is fine. This is enough. But inside, something felt missing. I thought maybe that was just who I was. Someone who could take it or leave it. But the truth was that my pleasure was muted because my identity was muted. In pre-adolescence, I had absorbed so many messages about what was right and what was wrong. Messages about who I was allowed to be, about how love and desire were supposed to look. And without realizing it, I buried parts of myself just to survive. At the time, it hadn't even occurred to me that this would affect me as a sexual being. But now, I can see that it left me fractured. And I know I'm not the only one. I hear this from clients all the time. They say things like, sex feels mechanical. I'm going through the motions, but I'm not really there. I don't feel desire like other people do. I must be broken. When sexuality is cut off from identity, it can feel so confusing, disorienting, and even numbing. We wonder why we don't feel what we think we should be feeling. We start to believe that maybe something is wrong with us, but that isn't the truth. The truth is that we've been taught, shamed, or pressured to bury parts of ourselves. And that disconnection, it shows up in our bodies. And as a therapist, I've seen that shame often causes this split to happen. Shame teaches us, hide this part of you. Don't speak it. Don't feel it. And our nervous system, it learns to comply. It begins to wall things off to protect us. But the cost of that protection is disconnection. When our sexuality and our identity don't match, pleasure becomes muted. Intimacy feels out of reach. And joy, the deep, embodied joy of being truly yourself, that it feels impossible. For me, things didn't begin to shift until I started to live my truth as a gay woman. And honestly, I could never have imagined how different things were going to feel on the other side. It was like something inside of me just clicked back into place. Suddenly, I could feel pleasure in a way I never had before. My body wasn't just going through the motion. It was alive, responsive, connected, and more than that, I began to feel whole. That fracture, it wasn't permanent. Once I began to honor my identity and allow it to come forward, my sexuality could finally breathe again. And with that came intimacy, connection, and joy that I never thought was possible. So maybe your story looks different. Maybe it's not about sexual orientation, but about the roles you've been told you have to play. Maybe it's cultural or religious messages that told you desire was dangerous, or family dynamics that made sex feel like something to be ashamed of. Wherever it comes from, I want you to hear this. Feeling disconnected from pleasure is not a sign that you're broken. It's a sign that something in you has been silenced. Healing means finally welcoming that silenced part of you back home. home. And it doesn't have to happen all at once. It can start with small acts of compassion toward yourself. Small invitations to curiosity instead of judgment. Small reminders that your body and your identity deserve to live in harmony. When I look back now, it seems so obvious. Of course, burying my identity affected my sexuality, but in the middle of it, I couldn't see it. That's often how shame works. It blinds us to the fracture while convincing us that we are the problem. But you are not the problem. You are not broken. You are whole. And the pieces of you that feel broken off can be welcomed again with time, safety, and compassion. If you're ready to take that next step in that process, I created a free booklet called Sacred Spaces. It's filled with grounding practices, reflection prompts, and gentle exercises to help you reconnect with your body and your inner truth. You can download it today for free in the link down in the description. I really recommend it if you're starting to untangle shame or longing for more authenticity in your sexuality. And if you'd like to go even further, I've also linked a guided meditation below and here. It's designed to help you soften shame and gently begin reconnecting with your body in a more safe and compassionate way. And if this conversation resonated with you, don't forget to subscribe for more therapy-informed reflection and practices that support your healing journey. Well, my friend, that's all I have for this video. Until next time, bye for now.